Um, I can see what you mean, cause like
Yeah,
you had like, cause those bands sort of take it more seriously instead of just like, cause they took. I'm pretty sure had the reason why Hardbass got an X Fest project do like occasional projects and release them on YouTube and Spotify is because they actually put more time into it. So like because of that, um, you get artists like Yami and Alan Aztec because they just make a song that could be 1 hour and 30, oh not 1 hour I should say, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just put it out there. It could be some really basic beat, and people still like it. So yeah, and I talked
yeah.
about how this, I think it was the single normal year was a bad song for the message, but the thing was it was only just because that song was, it just felt like really lazy and he just had to get it out there. Like you can still make very good serious songs. Like I definitely think that opinion I had was kind of cringe because you can still have very political songs and still make them really good. It's just that the way he's done it is just felt unnecessary. If you know what I mean?
A lot of the people in the like hard bass community, a lot of my friends have stopped listening to hard bass altogether. Um, Not because they dislike it. They probably say that now, mostly because they got banned from a bunch of servers. But for Yami and Alan Aztec, it's not necessarily that they're like lazy or anything. Um, because I've seen his messages in Discord, and I know he tries really hard. But it seems like he's trying to appeal to that same Slavaboo audience, or to an extent, meme, or go back to the old school days of like October or Kopieka or I don't know Rushby and all that. And he's been trying to replicate that sound for the past 2 years, ever since was it Bayern Yet? Yeah, ever since Bayern Yet, and a lot of people have started listening, but a lot of the people that I knew that were really passionate about hard bass have stopped listening because it started to sound a bit homogenized, to say. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really um, like Yami's tracks as much as I used to. If I had to pick something newer from Yami's discography, I would have to say that I really enjoy. Well, when I say really enjoy, take that with a grain of salt because that's enjoy compared to the newer stuff. I quite like the new song Tara. I think it's something about like rubbish bins or something. Recycling,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of going back because going back to like early 2020 when he was making stuff like um what's it called,
Parking lot.
AKA slash 7 4U and all that stuff. When he was making stuff like that, and I've been told it's because back in the day he used to be a future based or future house producer or something like that, and he tried fusing the genres to fire. Um, and he did that, and that sounded fantastic. I really like that stuff, and it's still some of my favorite tracks to this day. And I listen to it occasionally. But recently, I just haven't gotten the mood to listen to Yami because I just don't enjoy it, and it most sounds like a kick and then a donk
Yeah.
followed and repeated.
Yeah. I guess that's what happens when you have so many artists that make the same kind of music, and you just like you've listened to this genre so much, right, to the point where you just predict how this entire track's gonna be because of how much they repeat it, and it's not like very authentic and it's not very unique, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I get what
Yeah,
you mean. I get what you mean. I can see why you've sort of changed your mind because the whole game has sort of changed, hasn't it? So,
yeah. Um, Same for a lot of the producers. I'm gonna say a lot of the big hard bass producers have followed the same route of trying to appeal to the algorithm, which is pretty much just everyone, except for maybe like Gobnik McBlett, because he still does whatever he wants, and it's good for the most part. And by the most part, I mean there's like one song in the past 3 years that I haven't liked. Everything else is pretty decent, but he's got a pretty small discography. With DJ Bledman, a lot of people I hear have been saying it's mostly like I don't know, attractive women in videos that's like bringing in views again to bring in the algorithm and stuff. And let's say the whole Vodka No Limit album, yeah, album has been sort of that um formula.
Yeah.
Or Hard Bass School. Hard Bass School has been relatively the same for the past 2 decades. I don't know how long they've been producing for, but for the past while. Although they did make a song in this year called Tripolowski Cheeky Briki Gopnik Anthem, which to some keener listeners have realized that it is not a funny Slav cheeky breaky song, but is instead a cry for help because they don't really want to make this music anymore to appeal to Slavaboos. I think personally, from what I can tell, they don't want to. They want to make serious stuff again and not appealing to this uh, subculture that listens to this, and it's not like the original rave scene or something like that. The people that used to appreciate it, it's people that do it for memes.
Yeah, yeah. And you said that whole thing about wait, what's it called? What's that song called again? The Shiki Breaky Gopnik Anthem, whatever it was.
Yeah, Tripolowski Cheeky Breaky Gopnik Anthem.
I remember the music video. It sort of had like these references to Squid Game, sort of. I think.
Oh,
Like when I watched it,
yeah.
but yeah, I could
If,
tell.
if
Like,
Soviet Union was Squid Game.
oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so they probably had that in production for a little while then. So
Mm.
if because
Because it was.
yeah,
When did it come out?
like October or something, September or something. I don't know, like somewhere in there. That series.
Yeah, around October. And when was early 2021? It came out about 5 months ago. No, yeah, in January. It came out in January 2022.
Yeah, I think it was January 2022 or February or something. So pretty early on.
Mm.
Yeah. What
Um,
what do you think the Camino song by them's good?
what song?
The Camino song they made.
Oh yeah, Kimono. I like it. I like it because it's got hardstyle in there. It's kind of weirdly formatted the way the track is because it goes straight from hardstyle to I guess hard bass is a second drop. And usually the way it is that there's hard bass and there's hard style. It gets harder, so to speak. But they did the opposite.